Welcome back to my channel. My name is Belgica. If you don't know me, I make acting related videos every Monday and Thursday, and let's talk about resumes. And make sure to wait until the very end of the video because I'm going to be sharing with you where you can find these types of casting calls. So I recently uploaded a video about resumes, acting resumes, and I thought I would delete some stuff from my resume and show you what a beginner's resume could look like, should look like. There's a lot of different ways that resumes can be presented and that they're perfectly acceptable and fine. Casting directors, agents, directors, whatever, they usually just look at it for a few seconds. So if it is simple, it'll be great because they can look through the whole thing. And I live in LA. I've been here for a few months and I'm just trying to share my experience, trying to share my knowledge with you guys. And if you are in LA, if you're new to LA, old to LA, whatever, want to collaborate, hit me up and maybe we'll do that. My email is in the description. So if you are a new actor, this is basically what a resume should look like. It looks like there's a lot of stuff there, so we're just gonna delete some stuff. First of all, where I like to make my resumes are through my Gmail account, because if you log into your Gmail and you click this up here, there are more apps. You can go down to Docs and it will show you some templates or a blank one. There are some templates for resumes in general. They don't have acting ones there. So you can take a look and see what it's like. You like the colors, whatever, you can choose that, or you can just do a blank one. If you want the beginner's resume template that I end up making, I'm going to put a link in the description. And of course, you don't have to use this specific one. If you Google resumes, click images, you can see resumes from all kinds of actors. There are a lot of different kinds of formats and ways. The more simple, the better, in my opinion. So at the top of the resume, you should put your name. Bold, underline would be great because it should be the first thing they look at, especially if they're looking through a bunch of resumes, which doesn't happen nowadays very often. Usually they'll be seeing this on an attachment, either in a casting site or as an attachment on your email. So right under your name, you should put if you're union or non-union. Okay, I recently had somebody ask me in the comments if they should put that they're SAG-AFTRA or if they're union, even if they're not, if that would better their chances. Absolutely not. That's not gonna better your chance because you're just lying. In general, in your resume, as much as you want them to pay attention to you and you want to get that job, the best thing for you is to be honest, especially at the beginning. Just always be honest. Right under, you can put your email and phone number, and then on the left side over here, I have my stats. So I have my height, weight, hair, and eye color. I put it in one because mine are just brown and brown, so it just looked a little bit more neat. And then ethnicity, I put Latina, my actual ethnicity, not what I can play. And then right under, so now we're getting into some of the more advanced sections. For theater, if you don't have any theater experience, you should definitely just go ahead and delete all of it, okay? But I'm gonna leave one because theater is very, very easy to get to if you live in a city where they have short plays. So a great way to get some theater experience is to go to a local university or a local theater, of course, and see if they have any types of short plays. Because if you want to be in an actual long play, like let's say Romeo and Juliet, oh my gosh, that play is so long. Do not be Romeo, do not be Juliet. They have so many lines. I'm getting distracted. If you want to be in a real play, it's going to take a long time and it's going to take a lot of discipline, determination, auditioning. It's just going to take a lot. So what you should search for as a beginner is a short play festival, which I love short play festivals. I was in a few in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you are in the Bay Area or in big cities like that might have it, or near university, definitely contact these places and ask them, do you have any type of short play festival, any type of short play? Because some of these places will have massive auditions to try and recruit as many actors as possible, because sometimes these plays are 5 to 10 minutes long. You have like 4 or 5 rehearsals and then it's time to perform. You have like 3 performances and then that's it. You can add a theater performance to your resume. adding something to your theater section is not very hard, especially if you are able to find a short play festival, which a lot of people do because it's a great way for writers to be able to produce more things. You know, it's easier to get your play into a short play versus convincing a theater that they should spend the money and time in producing your entire play. You can introduce yourself to a writer or a director within the festival, and if you really like their work, you can tell them and maybe give them a headshot and resume and say, hey, I'm a beginner, but I'm really hardworking and I would absolutely love to work with you, whether it's just 1 line, 2 lines, whatever, because then you'll be able to add that to your resume. Let's just say you did one short play festival and you put it up there. Now for films, again, a great way to add some stuff for your film section of your resume is to contact local schools. There are a lot of different universities that offer some type of film program, and even if the university near you only offers theater, a lot of people that are interested in theater often are also interested in filmmaking. And then, just like theater, there are 24-hour and 48-hour film festivals or film projects that a lot of cities do, either have 48 or 24-hour film festivals, which this is amazing. Because again, you go in and audition for a whole bunch of people and a lot of people see you. Maybe one of them will say, hey, want to be in mine? They hand you a script and you have to memorize it, and then you go film it within that time frame, and then at the end you get to watch it. Sometimes some film festivals like that will actually show the films in a few weeks so they can have time to edit, but this is again a great way to not invest too much time in order to get stuff on your resume, because you do want to, you know, put a few things on your resume so when you show it to somebody they can be like, oh hey, they have some experience, you know, so at least you can present it instead of presenting a piece of paper with just your name, stats, and maybe special skills that you have, which that is also totally fine. Especially if you have a full-time job, maybe you're a full-time student, if you find a 48-hour or 24-hour film festival or film project, then you can take a couple of days off, maybe during a vacation you already have. And then now for training. I went to a university and I went to the American Conservatory Theater for 1 class. If you don't have any training at all, then you can just delete it all. But if you want to get serious about acting, or at least, you know, want to present yourself as a professional, somebody that's good to work with, then I would recommend that you add at least 1 thing to the training portion. And if you don't have the money or the time, whatever, to enroll in an acting class or a university to get a BA in theater like I did, there are a lot of different ways that you can add something very quickly. Again, there are some workshops that are only 1 day, and I have seen that some casting websites, if you live in somewhere like LA or San Francisco, some casting websites will have free training. So even if you go in for, I think I saw Casting Frontier had a workshop here in LA a few weeks ago. It was in the morning on a day that I worked, so I couldn't go. I would have loved to go and do that training, but they had a self-tape audition training for free that you just had to be a member of that casting website in order to come. I assume there's other places that also do free workshops, so go ahead and you know, just look around and see if there's at least 1 workshop for 1 day that you can attend, so then you can put it on your resume and make it look a little bit more professional. I really had to go to the bathroom. Okay, special skills is the last section. And if you are a beginner, this is where you can really shine, because this is just experiences, things that you have been doing throughout your life. So let's say your family used to go rock climbing all the time. That's a special skill. Not everybody is brave enough to climb. I'm afraid of heights, and not everybody knows how to climb. So that can be something. Gardening, cooking is a really common one. Even if you have 0 special skills, go cook some stuff, go learn how to make a few things, or bake, maybe get really good at baking a specific type of cake. I don't know, just so you can put something specific and unique here. It doesn't even have to be unique. I mean, mine has, I'm bilingual in Spanish, modern dance beginner. sewing, long distance runner, knitting, longboarding, beginner. I put beginner because I don't know any tricks for longboarding. So this is a pretty good beginner's resume. I would definitely be confident going into my first audition with this resume and a nice little headshot. There's no like one perfect way to make a resume. If you are in an acting class, maybe ask your instructor if they would be willing to give you some feedback on your resume so they can help you out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and go make that resume. At least get this copy of this shareable. I had too much coffee. At the very least, start your resume and get the free copy that I'm sharing with you in the description, and start putting your stats and start planning some work to do so you can start adding to your resume. At the end of every video, I feature another channel. This is today's channel. If you would like to be featured, please leave me a comment, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And tell me a little bit about your channel so